The one with the most rules will lose. Welcome to today's motivational video. I want to continue about talking on mindset. And today I have 2 points I want to bring out. The first one is on limitations. And I wonder what kind of limitations you have placed on yourself, because at some point in our lives, all of us have put limitations on ourselves. I can do this, or I can't do that, or I've tried this, and since I failed at it, I must not be good at this at all. And those are all limitations that, like I said, at some point in our lives, all of us have put on ourselves. But here's the thing. Do you argue for your limitations? Because guaranteed, if you are arguing for your limitations and you say, I can't do that, then that's exactly the goal you're going to reach. But if you say, you know what, I didn't quite make it at this point, but I'm going to keep trying because there's going to come a point where I will get this. And when you have that mindset of saying, you know what, no matter how many times I stumble and fall, or how many times I mess this one thing up, I'm going to keep trying. That is when you are going to start seeing success, and you're going to have the unlimitless abilities and possibilities. So I really want to encourage you today. Number one, address the limits that you think you have in your life. The areas that you say, oh, I can't do this, or that's an impossibility. I tried and I failed. Nope, I can't do it. Because that's a limit you've set on yourself. And a quote that I found by a man named Richard Bach says, argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. If that's the standard you've set yourself to, then that's what you're going to reach. But as a non-smoker, I want to encourage you to reach higher limitations. Really stretch yourself, challenge yourself in areas that you didn't think were possible. And then the second mindset I have for you today is on self-critical or self-compassion. Which one are you? Are you critical of yourself every time you mess up? You beat yourself up, you tear yourself down? Or do you say, okay, there's something to be learned here, or I'm going to have compassion on myself? A person who is self-critical, they literally beat themselves down and they tear themselves to shreds. It could be over the tiniest little things. But a person who is self-compassion, they realize they make mistakes. They're just like every other person in the world, and they have times where they have their good days, their ups, and they have their bad days where they're down. And some things I really wanted to encourage you with being self-compassionate, something that I really noticed that, I don't know, kind of struck out at me. A person who is self-compassionate, they almost treat themselves like a small child. If you think a small child, think of a baby when they're learning how to walk. And the whole process of learning how to walk is a miracle, because there's so much involved: the muscles, the control, the balance, the stability you have to have, the coordination to put all of that together. I mean, it's an amazing thing to watch a human being learn how to walk. And yet when a baby first starts learning how to walk, they initially start crawling, and then they start pulling themselves up. And then comes the day where they start taking the first steps. And we're there, right there, just a few steps away, or a foot or two away from them, and we're calling out to them. We're calling their name out, saying, come on, you can do it. And at some point, they stumble and they fall, and they land flat on their butt. And we don't judge them. We say, yay, good job, look what you did. And if you notice, those babies, they don't judge themselves. A lot of times they just laugh, and we'll say, come on, do it again, keep trying. And they'll try to pull themselves back up, or they try to get back up on their feet, and they go at it again until they finally succeed. Well, you need to have that same mindset for yourself, that same self-compassion. Treat yourself as a small child. You're going to have those times that you mess up. Oh, well, we all have them. be kind, be compassionate to yourself, and practice that mindfulness of just realizing that you are human, that mindfulness of, okay, that didn't work. Well, how can I improve this? And just take a breath, refocus, and say, okay, so I found a way that didn't work. How am I going to find the way that will work? And remember, you're not alone. This is a journey that everybody at some point in their life is on. Now you're on the path of being a non-smoker, and that's fabulous. And I really want to encourage you to keep going on that journey and just give yourself the permission to mess up at times and say, you know what? I'll try again. I might not have done so well at this moment in time, but I'm going to keep going. And I will see you tomorrow as you continue your journey on being a non-smoker.